Okay, for this, so the next game I'm going to check, I'm going to actually adjust the volume down a little bit more. The next game we're going to be checking out on the channel is Blacksmith Master. My understanding about this game is there's kind of two separate aspects to the game. You have one side of the game where you're blacksmithing, you're like making swords and axes and whatever. And then you have like the other aspect of the game of running a store, selling your stuff that you blacksmith. I have no idea how good, bad, or otherwise the game is. This is a demo of the game for Steam Next Fest 2024, but generally speaking, I saw people who are in my circles have like wish listed it and all that. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. It doesn't look bad. So we're gonna be checking it out. And the normal thing I usually do with these is the audio is still too loud. All right. I'll go in and check for the accessibility side of stuff. So we have the format of you could do military time or AM, PM. That's fine. Well, I should say 24-hour time, military, not military. Yeah, full screen, you have quality there. So we have no mention of like screen shake or motion blur or anything like that. So if they have that, just know you don't have settings here. That said, it is a demo, so sometimes that could be a thing. Indicators. Okay, so I actually have a thing that you can show the walkable area so that you can know where the hidden walls are. That's kind of nice. And various stuff, indicator, waiting time. All right. So nothing particularly major accessibility-wise, but that's not necessarily indicative of a problem. It can be one of those things that games, if they design their stuff correctly, that accessibility is just not necessary. Welcome! This is your new workshop, where many amazing weapons and tools can be crafted. Since we don't have anyone to help out, let's finish some work manually. Press tab to switch from manager mode to controlling your character. Walk around with WASD. Okay, so it is assigning it to QWERTY. As you can see, we have a little different blacksmithing tools inside. Most importantly, the furnace is where you heat up ingots, and the anvil is where hot ingots gets transformed into items. To expand your business, you need to make money first. For now, the only way to make money is to complete requests on the map from different parts of the kingdom. Press M to open the map and accept the request. From the thick forest, from the thick forest, we're in need of help. Our axes have become dull, hindering our work. We seek high-quality axes to replace them. If you fulfill this request, we will teach you the art of carpentry, a skill that is utilized to create items. Cool. I don't like this UI. Like this here, and then like the pulsing thing with the arrow. It to me screams of mobile games. And it's totally fine, but just that UI there screams mobile games to me. Whereas the rest of the UI seems perfectly fine. So I would avoid that UI, the pulse jiggle arrow. It's a thing they do on mobile games that will 100% get people to be like, no, it's a mobile game, even if it's not. To craft, hit C, tomahawk. You could use. Let's see, you can see the steps at the bottom in the left-hand corner and follow the green marker to craft. So we can press E. I was not expecting that type of situation, but okay. All right, I'm definitely not good at that. Okay, great job. You finished the item. In order for it to be used on the map request, you need to put inside, let's go outside and put inside your cart. All right, so I need another one. Oh, I have to choose the axe. So the helper stuff that's here, unfortunately, I normally will say, like, when people are like, oh, that looks like a mobile game, I'll be like, nah, it's fine. It does, in this case, actually really look like a mobile game. That rhythm part I'm not doing well at. Now, it does mention that there's a a management mode and this mode, so... Now that you got both axes are ready to complete, go to the map. You can turn in the request now. Congratulations, you have unlocked a new reward. The carpentry allows the blacksmith to craft wooden items. Okay, so I can't choose these yet. Now that you have a carpentry, you're missing only one tool to be able to make wooden craft items, a carpentry bench. Press tab to go to manager mode. From here you can buy new furniture, new tools. Why does it feel like that music just keeps getting louder? Okay. From here you can buy new furniture, new tools, unlock new blueprints later on. The graphics look cool, but yeah, too much like mobile game. Either the company did mobile games before, or the dev came from that background. That's what I'm guessing. So that would be my first feedback, is unfortunately, to the developer of this game, when it comes to like your world map is fine, the map part of it, but like where it does the thing where it highlights and they jiggle and then the arrows go at it, by all means, call attention to it. Like having it like light up, no problem. But like the little hand like going like this, it just screams of mobile game. And I usually push back at people saying stuff looks like a mobile game because usually they're just talking about big UI. So this part of the game all feels relatively fine for what I'm seeing. But yeah, once you get to that overlay map and like the arrows, like finger going like that at it and all that, that feels very mobile game-esque. So you are going to have people who they will see that and they'll nope out of it because they will assume it's a mobile port. Whereas very clearly this is not a mobile port for this side because I don't even imagine how the controls would work on a mobile game for this. From here you can buy new furniture and all that. We read that. So let's go to the shop and buy a carpentry bench. Yeah, so this hand thing here, I do think it's fine to like highlight that, like put a border around it. I even think it's fine if you have like an arrow go to it, but just the pulsing hand. I think honestly that pulsing hand alone is what does it. If we pretend for a second this hand is gone, and instead this border here that's black, they highlighted it yellow and like gave it like a glow effect to it, or even put an overlapping color, that would be fine. But that pulsing hand just screams mobile. You also don't need to take control of my camera. For the record, taking control of the camera and then moving it on the player like that can cause people with motion sickness issues. So, if there's a very good reason for it, sure. But like, clicking on the building, I don't understand why the camera rotated there. Like, what the benefit was. Great work. You're now prepared to continue growing your business. Just remember to keep completing map quests. That's how you'll progress and improve your workshop, like hiring new workers and then unlocking new items. I do kind of like the idea about this game having where, on one hand, you can like get in there and do it yourself. On the other hand, you'd be like, I'm gonna tycoon this. Yeah, so these pulsing and jiggling is not really necessary. They're giant icons. So, is this grayed out because I can't start it? Okay. My next comment is, this being gray like that makes it look like you can't, like it's not ready. It's an easy thing to get past. Okay, so I can do one request at a time. But yeah, so maybe not gray. Like any color that isn't gray. Like even if you made it silver, that would be better. Green is fine because green versus red, yes, is a color deficiency thing, but it won't matter here because if I don't have context about their decline and start is fine. But yeah. So let's go here. So I need to make a tankard and an iron whatever. So let's switch to our manual mode. I need to hit C first. There's that. Grab you. Pop it in here. I am also kind of hoping that as time goes on... Well, right. You would automate this because you'd hire employees. I was going to say, like, you don't have to manually do this every time. But they've already covered that by the fact that there is going to be a management mode, so I would assume I would hire a blacksmith to take over that responsibility. So there's that. Now I need to make another one. And I keep walking up. I'm already crafting a different item? I am? Was it not done? What item am I crafting? Oh, I guess it just auto-queued up that I'm going to do a second one, because... Okay, that's fine. It's so weird, these being, like, rhythm games and all that. It's like, it's fine. It's not bad. It's just throwing me for a loop that that's a rhythm game. Oh, I see. So I can hit space. Or I see. So what happened there is because I made something, I can hit E again really fast to say I want to make another. All right. So I turn that in. You need one more scrolls finished. Okay. So I get it. So that's the kingdom. That's what lets me progress stuff. And otherwise I just do these other ones. And all of them give me money and scrolls. That's fine. So we just do this again. Go to Iron Goblet. Do this. Because then the assumption is I'll be able to hire someone and make them do this part. So by Master Blacksmith, they mean I am just a minor time blacksmith who then delegates all my work to everyone else? That sounds about right. Yeah, so I can hit E twice to just instantly queue up another one. Alright, so then the assumption is I'd get an employee and be able to delegate. So then what I'd assume would happen is I'd have the other blacksmith that I could have work on the stuff. And I could fill in as the other blacksmith either couldn't keep up with what it's doing or we have like additional responsibilities I need. Daily summary. We made 410 gold and we lost 300 gold from purchases. So we did have a little bit of a profit. It says start new day. So it wouldn't let me craft more until I did. Okay, so there's a time element for it. That might be where they do their quick save and all that. All right. So now I should be able to do this where I need to make wooden maces, and then I will be able to hire staff to help me with crafting things. Okay. So let's craft a wooden mace. All right. And I'm assuming when it comes to the employees, I will be assigning an employee to, like, a bench or something. It's probably one of those things that those little bits of bonuses I get for making, getting the timing right, I probably don't get those bonuses when I defer it to someone else. So, like, you get an extra reward for doing it manually, but at the same time, then you're doing it manually. Alright, so I do wonder how much we will be able to scale this up and all that. Okay, so we can turn that in. You can hire workers to help with crafting items. Alright, so this one, I need to get 2 more, and then we'll allow the blacksmith to design new items for crafting. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose, so that one's 120. You can now unlock the ability to hire staff that will help you scale up your production. For now, you can hire blacksmiths to craft items and assistants. Unmove stuff. Press E to continue. Employees work on their own, and they always pay attention to you too. If they need a tool and you're already using it, they'll wait for you to finish. In order to hire staff, you need to buy benches where they sit when they have nothing to do. So let's do that first. So we're going to manager mode. We can go ahead and we got our employee bench. Every bench can hire 3 employees. Let's hire 2 blacksmiths first. You can see every blacksmith has different stats, and working on metal, working on wood, and designing new items later on. Okay, so you can do a little bit of everything, but you cost me more. To our employees, you need to pay tax, which rises the total number of employees. Alright, so at the moment, I'm going to take that one, because they could do a little bit of everything, and then this one has 2 things they're good at versus the other ones are 1. Now let's hire an assistant. They are needed to carry crafted items to the cart. Assistants have stats for walking speed and how many items they can carry in a bag. Okay. If you prefer to just manage the workshop without controlling your blacksmith, you can always tab into manager mode, which allows a free camera movement and speeding up time. Press E to continue. That's it for now. You're ready to continue. Alright, so the idea here is now I'm playing this as a tycoon game. That we're no longer doing this as an like I can go back for. So one thing I want to do, can I just move my walls? Okay. That's probably fine to just mix and match it. And we'll see what actually ends up backing up next. All right. Can I accept more contracts now? Okay, so I'm assuming what'll happen is those contracts will probably pick up more. So I finished that one, so I can go ahead and say, yep. I want some of these that have like a high number of items, preferably. Because it feels like that'll be the answer. We have one blacksmith who lines up to start processing that. Hey, Kildrix, how's it going? For those who don't know, Kildrix, another fantastic content creator on the platform. Plays a lot of RimWorld, also been playing some Elden Ring, and been playing some Dwarf Fortress. So if any of that sounds like a good time, I could highly recommend checking out Kildrix. Definitely good times over there. Yeah, no, I do enjoy it. It's kind of an interesting idea of having... There's been plenty of games where you, like, do the manual blacksmith thing. But it's kind of interesting, the idea of having it where it's both a Tycoon game and that in one, where you can go, I feel like getting in here. You could hop over and play like a simulator, or you can hop out and be like, okay, well now it's a Tycoon. I'd say my only negative feedback is this screen. This screen when, well, it's like the whole, like, where it has the finger pointing at doing like that, like mobile games do. That's my only one criticism. It's like, hey, there's a lot of UIs I like that people will sit there and call them mobile UIs, but the little pulsing finger over the button is a little bit too much on the nose. It'd be better just to like highlight the button. Like just highlight it, put like a nice glow effect around it or something that really stands out. But the giant finger going bonk a bunch, like, it's a little too much. I do suspect people said, oh, maybe they come from a mobile background. It's like, I could see that. Or like where they were learning about game dev and all that was focused on mobile. Okay, so now we need to make tankards, so we'll go ahead and do that. Which my assumption is we'll want to scale up at some point. Right now, with where we're at, I don't see, with only 3 items for a contract and not being allowed to take more than 1 contract at the same time, I don't see any real benefit in me doing that, because there's only that 1 delay right at the beginning. Otherwise, it takes about the same time to do their processes. So it doesn't really, like, putting a second one there would only have that initial cost of waiting for the very first phase to be the only part that speeds up. Okay, so let's go ahead and try speeding it up and see how it goes. Okay, so speeding up is just like double time. That's fine. Let's see, what's your top game you've done from Steam Next Fest so far? Well, this is the second game I've done. So we're working on a short list at the moment. Well, actually, I take that back. There was a demo I played game we played the other day that I don't remember what was. Allows blacksmiths to design new items. Okay, to unlock new blueprints, upgrade your existing ones to increase the selling price of items you earn with design points. Okay, so you can make better stuff. You never do these Steam Next Fest, but think about trying some demos this round? Yeah. So far, this is the second one I played. We were playing, it was called Heat Death, train survival game. And it really kind of only gives you the idea of what the game is, but doesn't give you enough to really get an idea of whether it's going to be any good or not. But it was a survival game, kind of think Raft, but you're instead the raft is a train and you're dealing with like a frozen wasteland kind of thing. But it didn't give me enough to really have a feel for one way or the other. It's like, okay, I mostly just got the concept of the game, but not how the long-term progression is going to work. Unless it was all there was there, which would be a bummer. All right, so wait for your blacksmith. Okay, so pretty much the idea is we can invest time to make better stuff. So that one, I will get a shop when we open that. That one will allow smelting ores into ingots, so I assume we get our own ores. So we'll start that contract. In the meantime, switch back to normal speed. So it mentioned being able to design our own stuff, so we'll need a research bench, whatever that thing's called. I don't really understand what most of that stuff is there. And that's for our blueprints for doing stuff. Okay, so they keep working even when I do this. Alright, and we can't do anything with that yet. I completely glossed over how the blueprint thing works. Craft map requests, I see. So, you go ahead and do this now. So I switch our responsibilities. We've got one blacksmith who's now going to work on blacksmithing for our orders, and the other one's going to try and figure out new items for us to sell to hopefully make better money. So more than likely what we'll ultimately want to do is at some point expand our operation in how many blacksmiths we have. So 180, 280. Yeah, so want to do this one for 280. I do think that'll be one that we will want to scale up. So let's go here and go to our staff. Make a second bench. Do that. Try desperately to remember where our staffing stuff happens. Okay, so hire blacksmith. We're just going to worry about you being a blacksmith and none of the other considerations. Okay, so with 2 blacksmiths, we should be able to keep that process moving at a relatively good pace. Why are you sitting down? Works on designing new crafting items. Right. Okay, so we actually lost money today because of purchases, building, and all that. We would have made money, it's just I did things. We don't have any customers who left angry and we made a bunch of money. And the reason they stopped was the day was over. So I'm curious, there's no indicator of progression here that I'm seeing. So I'm curious how we'll know when, like we've got that going. I also wonder if there's a means to train your employees to get them to be better. All right. So this will unlock the shop, so let's go ahead and make that happen. And it's looking like we might be limited to this area here, just this one spot. Which is fine. It's a bit constraining, but that might be fine. It also might be a thing that later on we can upgrade to get a new location or whatever, that they expand on a dock or something. Okay. So this will open up the shop. So then I assume what'll happen is I'll have like a shop floor section and then the smith section of the building. You can buy racks, a checkout counter, and sell items to customers. Alright, besides crafting items for map requests, you can also sell them in your own shop to earn passive profit. Blacksmiths will craft items, assistants will display them on the racks, and customers will come in and buy them. Cool. Either way, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and choose that to start that to keep jobs going. We could go over here and let's just go ahead and expand the shop. Let's just do it. I also like that it's giving me different styles of walls, and I'm just ignoring them for the most part. Okay, so floors. I also like how you have the one spot in the corner that's just not the same. Okay, so, racks. We have a crate rack. We have shelves. We have a weapon rack. Okay. So let's start this out. We'll put two of the racks here because I just realized our money is really not in a good place. So that's kind of concerning. We got our shelf to sell things. And I also realized I'm going to want... Oh, I had to put that in existing tile, I understand. Okay, and we are spent. There are no blacksmith crafting items for racks. Okay, so I need to go to not there. I need to go to my employees and say you're gonna craft stuff for the shelves. All right. A rack doesn't have an item display. Some counters don't have cashiers. Hire, cashier. Sure. And I'll probably end up needing another blacksmith to... We'll probably end up needing a lot of stuff. We're really low on money at the moment. Oh, I have to tell them what to put on there. So yeah, you'll put goblets on this one and tankards on that one. Understood. And we've got our first item for sale on the shelf. I hope it's what you want, because it's the only option you have. Okay, so that's 55. Just straightforward there. Okay. Let's pop in here, and racks. Drop another one, and we will set you to have the metal knives. So we're gonna need to do a lot of scaling up is what I'm noticing. Alright, so the day is gonna end. And it might be even what we do is we might wait till like the day ends. Yeah, so we ended up spending 2,120 gold today in all of our stuff happening. So, you know, we just keep looking at this and the negatives keep getting higher and higher and higher. That's definitely how you want to run a business, is the more in the red you are at all times, that means you're investing. No, it's very, very clearly that's not a promising thing. All right, so we'll do another one of these. I'm gonna go right here and put the wooden scoop. So we have all of the options that go on those shelves we now have a shelf for. And we'll need to get another blacksmith just to get those going. We're actually having the assistant is falling behind. right now I don't have the money to do anything, so we're just gonna wait. Let's see, these are points used to unlock and upgrade blueprints. You earn them by assigning blacksmiths the design table. Right, and so I don't know is... This item is not displayed anywhere. I see. So it's actually telling me, hey, you don't have to display it anywhere. So ready to be unlocked. Okay, well, we're worried about unlocking new stuff soon. Let's just try and get our current operation set up with what we've got going on there. It does look like I'm going to need a second assistant, because the assistant is just woefully falling behind there. What's this? Oh, so this is our one who's doing a little bit of everything. Cool. So we leveled them up, and they got a little bit more skill. Okay, so they do level up and get better at stuff. That's good to know. Okay, so we got 4 tankards. Real big order. Keep that rolling. Alright, so... with that... You're 400. I was not ready for you to be 400. Let's go ahead and get staff. That's what we'll do. So I'm going to want... an assistant. To help catch those up. And little by little, we're building this up more and more. And I know I'm going to regret doing this, but... let's get a weapon rack. And you can have the wooden clubs on you. And you've gained a level. So now you can carry 2 items. Oh, we got another one. Blacksmith gained a level. And what are you doing here? You craft items for racks, so let's keep you on the blacksmithing side of stuff. And you gain a level. You're gonna keep working on researching. Okay, so we are ready to get ourselves another blacksmith in here. At which point we'll probably need more forges and all that. So I'll probably want to go over like into the corner and start moving that. I'm also getting concerned that our wood supply and our ore supply is going down. Hey, today we made money. Alright, so let's see here. I actually can't do anything meaningful yet. We'll have to wait till we get money in from the order. I do kind of like that these weirdly act as kind of like a signal to let you know when stuff's falling behind. Alright, Night Dweller, you sleep well. In that the moment you see, like, I see assistants sitting down here, it lets me know that like, my assistants, like, I have more than I need of them. Like, not that I should get rid of them, but they're just not my bottleneck. Okay. So that'll let me smelt materials. Alright, so... I'm gonna turn around here. Racks. Do this. I'm kind of looking about just trying to have some of everything being produced for the floor. And I believe I already have 6 employees, so I need to add another bench before we can do more. So let's can I make another bench happen? Yeah, the benches are actually pretty inexpensive. And we'll go to Blacksmith, hire, Blacksmith. Alright, so we've got two blacksmiths who are now working exclusively on preparing stuff for sale on the shelves. And then one who's still working on, like, the main progression things. And the reason I want to do that is with the shelf ones, I feel like we'll be able to do more of the carpentry. Okay, so I'm going to need another forge. That I've seen twice now, we've got people are bottlenecking at the forge. Let's just give it a little bit of time. Okay. But this is slowly building up our inventory in the shop. We'll probably have to figure out ways to speed up the rate that, like, there's got to be a way to speed up the rate that customers come in. Like, there's probably, like, that's probably what this is up here. This is, like, the fame of what we've got going on. Okay, so we can complete that. Alright, allows you to smelt your own. So we will be able to get ore crates that'll bring ore anywhere in the shop. You can now we'll be able to hire more skillful workers. Okay. You don't have any smelters for crafting ingots. You don't have any smelters for crafting ingots. Okay, there's the smelter. There are no assistants using the smelters. Okay. I understand. Let's have to wait. So apparently we're kind of working on a limited supply with the ingots. And that now I've got an extra process that's got tossed in here that I'm gonna have to manage. So that's a whole thing. Carries ingots constantly from unknown source. There is no ingot storage that can be selected with the same ingot type as iron ingots. Okay, 1 second. We'll just have to wait till we get 200 for storage. And the day's ending, which is why everyone's just sitting around. Cool. I'm at negative 470 bucks. 417 bucks. That is what you call a problem. So I'm gonna need people to buy stuff real fast. Because we're not doing so hot at the moment. Okay, so we're gonna change you to carry items so you're not just sitting around. I need you to give me more money. I mean, basically, you kind of need the 750 to make that worthwhile. Gotcha. So you can have different types of ingots. Okay, so we'll start that, which will give us a new thing you could do for money. I'm gonna need here. Let's take you. You're smelting as well. Let's see if we can improve the smelting throughput. There we go. So we got wood back in stock, so we can keep producing the wood items. So good news is they are going out and getting the ore and coming back. But it's definitely taking like a really long run for them to do that. But the good news, it does look like they can overlap, so we are keeping them working, so that's helpful. And our money is now getting back on track now that I have people back to work. But I am concerned about the smelter bottleneck in here. But that's the reason why we're trying to do the current thing, is it's supposed to let me bring ore into a place inside the building. And I'm also supposed to be able to get multiple types of ore as well. Okay. And they're doing their best to try and keep those shelves stocked. Blacksmith, so we got you here. Split you between both of those. Okay, so it's a very, very profitable day. So I do very much like this. I do enjoy these types of like tycoon-style games where you have to like handle this. It's got like some not quite automation logistics. Like I'm not sitting here like putting inserters and all that. We're definitely falling behind on our ore, which I'm not sure if it's I need more assistance or I need more smelters. I think it's assistance, because like that part of the process doesn't take very long. It's the running back and forth that seems to be taking all the time. And you are also doing this. Let's go ahead and give you a little bit of points to split you between those. But we could also go and get like another weapons rack going. Because while we're not making that much money, we're building up our inventory. And the more inventory we have does seem to improve the prestige of our store. So it also gives me a buffer, where if things were bad, I could let go of my employees and still sell the stuff that we already have. Hopefully that wouldn't be a thing. Hey, Z-Boy, how's it going? Okay, and you're almost done with those tankards. So if we get one more weapon rack, we can get the axes on there, and then we can check to see what other items I could potentially sell and continue to expand the store. Yeah, because most of our weapon racks are almost filled up, and these are ones they're still working on. Like a donation button? Yep. Have you played Mudrunner? I have played Mudrunner. It's been a while, but I did play a decent amount of Mudrunner. I did play Expeditions. Those are things I have done on the channel in the past, yes. Okay. These creatures use the storage ores closer to the smelter so assistants don't have to walk the long path to the warehouse to fetch ores. Okay, choose a source and a destination for ores. Okay. Meanwhile, we can't quite choose that one yet. I need 2 more of these. We want to keep the big orders coming in. So with that, let's see if we can't put that right here. Let's slow down time. So Noah's assistant is ordered to do that. We have iron ore. So let's grab you. We're going to change you to select carry orders or to there. Let's see, there is another crate to be carried to. Oh, so I need to carry it from there to here. All right. Why does every game have a hexagon-style map? I mean, hexagon-style maps are just a choice in how some people manage those things. So my guess of what's going to happen here is we'll end up having like 2 assistants who run back and forth to fill this up, 1 assistant who just processes those real fast, to pick up the pace. Okay, so you will use the stuff when it's available. Alright, that'll actually work. It seems like they're almost equally paced with each other. Okay. Yeah, I know stuff like having a grid system or a hexagon system, I mean, there's only so many ways you can lay it out. And then people have done exotic stuff like make them triangle grid-based maps. It's just a gridding system. Okay, so today we made 600 bucks, so we were actually profitable. You gained a little bit of points. You're our researching guy? Yeah, so you just keep doing your thing, man. For our assistants, we've got you. Let's have you pick up the pace a little bit. There we got you. We'll make it so you can carry more items. And go to the next day. What is my favorite game this year so far? Generally, I don't approach games as like favorite, least favorite, that kind of stuff. It's just kind of not how I view the world and all that, because what my favorite game is, you know, like, what's the temperature outside, what phase the moon is, what time of day it is. Can you name the people here? No, I don't believe so. No, they don't get to have names. That's fine. Alright, so it looks like we're starting to stabilize the stuff here. We're basically stalemating our ingot use, not quite getting ahead of it. So that'll probably improve. This is all your fault. You're playing this demo now too. It's a fun demo so far. I'm curious to see how far it goes. We're not doing great on the money side of things because of just how much I keep expanding a bunch of the stuff, but I think that's okay. So 740, 50 bucks, 180, we'll do this one. Alright. So I got a bunch of money, so let's go ahead and pop in over here. Get our last weapon rack. Then go here. Choose you. Give you the axe. Alright, are all the items that we can make now on shelves? Yep. So we're good to probably unlock a new item. So we can go ahead and we'll unlock, let's say, the grill fork. And that'll need a regular shelf for it, which I could just buy right this very second. Gonna put a grill fork on that. Have I played the Dawn of Man? I have not played the Dawn of Man. Let's see, you did the quest for hiring staff last. You should have done that sooner. Uh-huh. You tend to immediately recognize in these kind of games, it's like, no, really, I really do need to, as quickly as possible, get staff up and running. Alright, so let's pop in here again. We can go to the blueprints, and we can add onto the list a metal scoop. Get ourselves a new sales shelf for that. And put the metal scoop on the shelf. Just continuing to expand our inventory. We are going to have to increase the throughput of our smelter and all that. I'm probably just going to have to hire more assistants to do that. Oh, we're also about to run out of wood. And restock the wood. So we're running out of iron ingots entirely. So that's got to be addressed. So one thing I can potentially do to help with this, let's slow down time real fast. Oh, here we can. For you, carry more items for the blacksmith. Let's give you more blacksmithing skill. So what I want to do real fast is move that right over here, which should let our person who is making the ingots just go back and forth like that real fast, which should give them a little bit more throughput. The issue I'm running into is I'm gonna need to get that picked up. So it's a possibility I also need another smelter and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I might need another assistant and another smelter to support the blacksmiths I already have. Better than doing all the mini games? Oh yeah. Like the mini games are fine, but is those things. So do I have enough capacity to just go hire assistant? It doesn't really matter. Put you on to use smelter. Can I check how much capacity I have for employees? And hire assistants. Okay, so I need another bench. Alright, so let's go ahead and get another workbench so we can get more staff. So I believe what I need to do is hire another assistant. And that assistant's going to carry ore. They're going to carry ore from here to there. Alright, so let's see how that goes so far as our capacity. We still turned a little bit of a profit. We did buy a lot of things, so we didn't make that much more money. But it's those things that we are getting more inventory. So it's kind of like the net wealth is going up, even if our actual amount of money, you know, the amount of money in there isn't going there. Okay, so we did hire 2 assistants, one to add on to the smelting, another one to add into loading in the ore. It does look like when there's a gap, all 4 of them will jump on moving the ore real fast to try and help it out. It seems like the 2 assistants doing the ore at the same time has a pretty good cadence so far as being able to smelt fast enough. Okay, so they are actually starting to keep pace with the blacksmith, so that's good. Money is in a bad way at the moment. We're just waiting for this contract to finish to get our big payout and all that. Does he choose what they craft for the shelves? No, so you just basically say, you go craft for the shelves, and they'll just look at the shelves and be like, I need one of those. Which I appreciate, because I don't want to have to, like, micro them that much. Hire more skillful staff. So we will need to add a butcher knife. Some items required of the request are not yet designed by blacksmiths. Okay, so 1 second. So we'll go here. We'll drop the speed down. We'll go to the blacksmith here. Butcher knife. We need to grab that. Unlock. Do this. We can go to this. I would like to start hiring more skillful people. So we'll get that going. And with that, I will need another shelf. So let's go here. And scoot you on over to that side. Go to racks. And put you there. And you now carry butcher knives. Slowly increasing your inventory little by little. And we're definitely going to need more smelters. But that's okay. We're making progress. It's going well. Making good money now. Gotta get the money to pay the bills? Absolutely. Yeah, so we're getting those shelves stocked up. Let's go ahead and unlock more blueprints and just keep expanding as able. So we'll get a ladle next. So once you're not looking at that, we can go ahead and do this and say, hey, just scoot you on over. And now you're making ladles. All right. Yeah, so just keep getting more and more prestige from the sheer inventory we're getting. The downsides are really not expanding our production rate too much. But we're now finally getting to the point where our assistants are making stuff faster. So we have the cashier. I guess we literally just accept that. It just seems to increase the sales price by a flat %, so that's fine. Let's see, why not put those things that are not on the shelves in the middle? Let's see. In the middle, like the benches? Why not put those things that are not shelves to the middle? Oh, I mean, I can move stuff around. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, so today was very profitable. We made a huge amount of money today, and our blacksmith leveled. We'll go ahead and make them slightly better at blacksmithing. And that takes us into our next day. But now I got a nice little pile of money. We're going to slow down time. Because what I'm going to do is longbow and wooden pitchfork. I'm assuming those go in the weapon rack, right? The pitchfork does. Okay, so let's go ahead and go racks, weapon rack. Okay, I wasn't sure. There we go. So set you to pitchfork. Is there... Oh, what? I bet you it is. There we go. We have a special rack just for the bows. I got longbow. Those things next to the shelves. Oh, these? Yes, these are just other shelves. I'll end up mixing them around. We're gonna get so many things. We'll just move them as we need. I'm not super worried about it. So it does mean I've got more of a demand on our wood. Our ore is keeping up. We'll definitely want to expand the operation. Yeah, no, I realize I can move the weapons benches. I don't have to worry about that. Let's see, on the map you can choose a contract. There's a number in the top right corner. Let's see. On the map, when you choose a contract, is there a number in the top right corner? Is that how many game days to complete it? No. So the number in the top right corner, so if we click on this, it'll say you get a reward of like the script or whatever. And you need enough of those to do like your progression quest. So this one says I need 3 of those. And when I complete one of these, I get one of those. You get the idea. At least that's my understanding of how it looks. Alright, so one thing we could do is take these benches. They really don't need to be anywhere near the middle of the room. They can be about as far out of the way as we want. Let's just shove them off to the side. Same with our research bench. He just stands there, so he can be out of the way as much as we can as well. Alright. And as far as unlocking new things, we can't really work on anything else till we get more stuff happening. So I think the next thing to consider doing would be seeing if we can't get some other materials going. So start with those, change that to copper. Oh, I physically can't. Alright, never mind. So I can't do anything with copper quite yet. That's okay. We can grab you. Yeah, so it's complaining about that. That's fine. Because we'll end up doing copper soon enough, I would expect. You know, all depending on when this demo runs out. Yeah, so if you notice, I've got 3 there, and I've got 1 of these. So that's a lot of money coming out of that one. That one's also a lot of money. I really wish we could kind of queue up more than 1 of these. I probably need to get another blacksmith working the contracts. Could probably make that happen. Okay, so we got another blacksmith working the contracts. We're probably also hitting the point. Yeah, so the forge is starting to back up. That's no surprise. Okay. And our system is leveled. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I want. Wrong button. Okay. Alright, so we're hitting the end of the day. That's fine. Alright, so even though we spent a bunch of money, we still turned a profit today. Are we doing the papers first before the main ones anyways? Yeah. Well, the main ones are your progression lock of like getting your new equipment to do more stuff. Alright, so what we're gonna do is actually get another blacksmith, I think. Blacksmith. Put you on that. The poor guy next to the research table, they have to stare at the wall. Yep. Look, we don't even give them names. Let alone more than that. But for those who didn't look, we can actually get in here and work on stuff ourselves if we want. but very much you get more than 2 seconds into the game and you're like, you know what? Tycoon itself. Like, just tycoon it up. We don't want to be the ones working on all this. That's too much effort. I like how everyone spawns on the bench in every video game, or like tycoon-based games. Yeah. And what are you doing? We got some idle people. I gotta figure out what's going on. Oh, we ran out of wood. That's what's going on. I was like, okay. I was like, I shouldn't have this many idle people. Oh, I also like that okay, hang on. I didn't realize this was an option. It's important that we have that. If you're not working, you gotta sit in timeout. Better? Yeah. I thought when you mentioned like the one next to the bench, I thought you meant he was the one staring at the wall. I misread it. We're actually kind of struggling to keep up with the demand. You're a menace? Hey, I'll do what I want. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Alright, so we finished with that. We can start that. That's a bunch of money. We can go here. You've leveled up. Carry more items. Yeah, so I think we have to progress the story stuff before we're able to do more there. Okay. Have to stare at the wall and think about life. Yeah, it's just what happens. They know what happened. They understand. They get it. So as our prestige is going up, we're actually not even remotely keeping up with the rate they're taking our stuff off the shelves. Okay. We get another one of those going. On fast mode, the transport looks like goblins from Diablo 3. Yep. Making good money. Yes, I've got them building as fast as we can get them to do it. Weirdly, the chest is the bottleneck now. So weirdly, the chest to actually deliver the goods is our bottleneck at the moment. So let's go ahead and we'll put one of those right by the door. And one over here by the shop floor. So that way, hopefully, they'll start going in different directions based on need. Okay. It looks like our carpentry bench is also becoming a bottleneck. So I can get another one of those going. Alright. And that'll mean it so I can actually have 2 of those, so it'll give me a little bit more of a buffer. Okay. Is this one of those build a production line in an office games? Basically. Because we've already expanded to the maximum area. I'm not sure if, like, this is only a demo. I'm not sure if, like, in the main game you'll have, like, a bigger area to go to, or if you'll be able to expand. Or it could even be that there's multiple floors you can have or something. Let's see. Okay. Allows the smelting of ingots into bigger ingots. Bigger ingots? Heck yeah. I want ingots that aren't as small. I don't know why I would care about that. Oh, you know what I bet you that does? It probably gives me an efficiency thing. It'll either give me an efficiency thing, or it'll be a thing that we can, or we'll be able to, like, turn around and have, like, one ingot, and, like, they can, you know... It's either going to be so far as, like, storage can get more than one thing out of an ingot, or there'll be stuff that requires a bigger ingot. Probably requires a bigger ingot is most likely what it'll end up being. The salesperson is, like, perpetually working. I'm noticing there's a red bar above them, or a bar that slowly turns red. That my assumption is if it ever goes fully red, then the customer walks out. Okay. Alright, so very lucrative day. It does seem like we might need another assistant, because that box has 10 items in it. I need another bench. Let's go ahead and get that sorted out. So we'll get staff, bench. Yeah, we've got lights, decorations. You don't really have a need for any of the rest of that stuff right now. But with that, we can go ahead and hire assistant. I'll get Kenneth in here to help deal with the item load. Okay, and the cashier. Even better profit rate. Love to see it. Yeah, so we're basically just waiting on the world map one to get done. I just gotta get more of these spoon things. They'll make bigger ingots, and then my assumption once we get bigger ingots, it'll be kind of like expanding our production line, and that'll have a new whole resource I've got to deal with, which will ultimately put some level of burden on our smelters to have one smelter doing one thing, one smelter doing the other thing. Actually, I don't know if the smelter... Yeah, so you don't specify what you make in the smelter. Okay, so we can now make bigger ingots. So 1,300, next to nothing, next to nothing. 1,300 it is. I'm guessing that's the last major upgrade. Yeah. You have completed the content of this demo. Thank you so much for playing. You can add Blacksmith Master to your wish list to be notified when the full game comes out. Yeah, so my assumption is I can change that real fast. Just to see what that does. And then we'd be able to not unlock anything extra. Okay, so that is literally the end of the demo. They're like, hey, you unlock the next tier of materials, but, you know, you can't do anything with it yet. But yeah, I like that. That's kind of a neat thing. It almost feels weird the way you can manually do it, because it doesn't seem like it really matters that you can manually do it, because you do it just at the beginning of the game and then you tycoon it. But, I like it. It's part running your shop over here, part doing the blacksmith thing over here. And then you can also get in the weeds if you want. So all in all, I felt like that was a pretty solid demo. That'd be definitely a game I would be down to check out later on when it's like, you know, released and all that, ready to rock and roll. All right, later, Z-Boy. But so that one I liked that one. That one I could definitely see playing. So when that one actually releases, I could see doing a couple streams of that, like a stream or two or whatever. I enjoyed that. That one's pretty good. With that said, what we're probably gonna do for the rest of the stream is we're probably gonna go back to playing some Rim Worlds, as I think we're gonna go ahead and do. Pick up where we left off on our run. Because we had a pollution challenge going. And I kind of want to split the time between checking out a whole bunch of demos and all that kind of stuff, as well as playing the games that keep people in here. Because it is pretty rough to do the next best things as a content creator. You usually get not as great viewership. Tonight's been fine. But in the past when I've gone like really hard at the demos, it's been really, really rough. So with that, if you're watching over on YouTube, the stream will drop and it come back up because I'm going to be switching game categories and YouTube doesn't do that well. So that's what I have to do. But for everyone else, we're just going to switch game categories because they take streaming seriously on the other platforms.